Hey friends, welcome back to another wind down and makeup with me, Paris. So today's tutorial is going to be this look. So if you would like to see this look, keep watching. I'm going to take you through my steps. I do update my routine often. I do try new things. I do watch back my videos and see where I could have improved. So I'm going to talk to you guys about all of that. Today's video is about 20 minutes, which it takes me about 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes to do makeup. I really do love this look. Please let me know what kind of tutorials you guys would like to see for the next video, who you'd like me to do makeup on. Please send them my video and be like, she should do your makeup so I can find some new models. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this process, these videos. I hope you guys watched my last video. I hope you guys subscribe below, click the button. Follow me on Instagram at XLParisWilliams to see more of my looks, and holla. Hey guys, so I have Kiana here, my beautiful chocolate model. I'm so happy that I was able to get a melanin queen in the house. So I'm starting off with my moisturizer, my Cover FX gripping primer, and my MAC strobe cream in golden. So I'm taking this primer and I'm just putting it all over her face. She does have oily to dry skin. She has a textured face, but it's not really dry, but it's not really oily, but it's like both, if that makes sense. So I'm just putting this all over the place, same way that I would put on her foundation. Then I'm going in with the strobe cream in the places where I want her face to glow. So the middle of her forehead, the tops of her cheeks, down her nose, and under her chin. So now I'm going in with the Smashbox gripping primer. This really gets your concealer to grip to the face. I really like it a lot. It's like more of a matte but still like jelly, almost like baby face, if y'all remember that. I'm taking Huda Beauty in the color Hot Fudge. I'm gonna take another one, but I know I'm using Hot Fudge because I always use Hot Fudge. So the other one is Chocolate Mousse, but I'm using Hot Fudge. Yeah, I'm using that darker color. That's Hot Fudge. And I'm just brushing that all over her face. I like to put foundation on with a small brush so that I'm applying it directly to the skin and then buffing it out. So this is directly on the skin. And it blends out beautifully. So this is my Real Techniques face brush. I love this brush so much. I use this brush for face and for contour, and it looks so good. Like, look at this coverage. Huda Beauty foundation is really the truth. I do recommend. Her brows are so perfect. Love it. So I definitely take my time putting on the foundation, just going in sections and making sure it's just evenly distributed all over. You do not want it to be all strokey. So now I'm going in with my Graftobian concealer from my palette. It's the Dana Mavericks, whatever her name is. It's that palette. It's the special one for dark skin, for brown skin rather, colored people. And I'm putting that in all the highlighted places on her face and going ahead and blending that out with a damp beauty blender, making sure to beat it in place. I think a lot of times people get the jumping all around with the beauty blender. You really want to push it in its place so that it is beautiful and creamy and poppin'. And this looks so good. And this also takes quite some time. I don't rush it, but I am a pretty fast makeup artist. But I'm just continuing to buff that in. You want to make sure you get on the sides of the nose, bring it down the nose as well, and then go ahead and I know I'm gonna move on to contour. Yep, so this is my contour stick in the color chocolate, and I'm just putting this, and this color chocolate is by Ben Nye. I'm just putting this onto my face brush, that same brush, and I'm buffing it all on the contour spots. So on her outer forehead, this is where I take my contour from this part of the ear down, and I curve it up towards the nose, and then under the chin. And she has a strong structure, so I don't feel the need to contour under her face. I just did right under the chin, and I'm just blending that out. You almost can't even see it. And then this is blush. I took it out of the palette, and now I'm bouncing it on the bottom of my beauty blender, and that's just gonna brighten up her cheeks. I love the way that blush looks on brown skin, and how it looks like contour, but just pretty blush. I love blush so much. Blush is my favorite product. If you ask me my favorite product, it's definitely blush. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's LA. So now I'm going and contouring her nose with that same chocolate color from the Ben Nye foundation stick. I take an angle brush and just pull this from her eyebrow all the way down to her outer nostril, and blend that in with the concealer that I've already put on her nose. And then I just go in with my beauty blender and blend out the rest of that chocolate under her chin. Something that is often forgotten. Don't forget about under your client's face, because I love to. So this is Ben Nye's. That color it's not camel, it's another color, and banana. What is that color? I'm gonna tell y'all, okay? I'm gonna leave it in the description. But it's not camel. Camel is a little bit too orangey yellow, but it's the perfect color, whatever color it is. And then I'm taking this triangular sponge. Y'all, these powder puffs are the truth. Powder puffs are the reason that my makeup is always so flawless, because I use powder puffs. I don't use the wet beauty blender. I don't use the triangle. Sometimes I do, don't get me wrong, I can do both. But this is why my makeup is always so perfect, is these powder puffs. And you always want to go back in and blend out before you set, because you don't want to set a crease. And the way this triangle is set up, it gives you the perfect angle to get to set on the side of the nose, and to bring it down, to sculpt. It's just the perfect shape. I love it. So this is NC either 48 or 55, no telling. I'm pretty sure it's 48. So I'm just taking this Studio Fix Plus and going around her face everywhere that I contoured. I'm gonna go ahead and set this. I used to do this after I did the eye, but I see that the product sets better and looks more flawless when I go ahead and do it right after I blend it out and set the powder. So now I'm going to put the powder blush on top of the cream blush so that everything is set. And then I'm gonna move on to the eye, which I used to do this backwards, and I think that this method works much better and is much cleaner. You should always be improving your techniques. So now I'm going in with some powder and just cleaning this up so that it's not harsh. And that it's all blended together. And this looks really good, guys. And same thing with the nose. I'm going in with that powder and just setting her nose. And now I'm moving on to eyebrows. I'm taking a spoolie and putting them in position to draw them in, filling them in with Anastasia dark brown. Just going along with her natural eyeline and making it a little bit bigger on top. But I love her brows. She has perfect brows. I need to go holla at her archer. So now I'm going in and I'm sculpting out the brows with a square brush and sliding it along to make sure it's even, and I can bring that down into my eyeshadow base. You want to make sure the color under your brow is even. So then I'm taking another brush and just blending it all out so I can bring that down into my eye primer later. And I'm taking that same square brush, but I'm using the side, and I'm taking the top of her brow and cleaning it up as well. And again, taking a fluffy brush and just blending that out into the concealer that I've already put on her forehead. Doing brows after foundation is just so perfect to me because you already have the face cut out, and it just works. I think sometimes brows can be overpowering when you do them first. And I do not like an overdone brow. So now I'm just blending that out as well. And doing any little touch-ups that I need to do. So now I am using my P. Louise base in the number 3. I've started to use a lighter base. I was using 5, but I'm using 3 now because I think that the color picks up better because it's a lighter color. And I do like that. I was thinking use, 2 steps lighter than the skin tone, but I think a lot of steps lighter is better so that the eyeshadow picks up very vibrantly. I want to get back into some other eyeshadow bases, so please recommend me some. I might just go back to the OG MAC paint pot. So I'm taking this brown shade and I'm putting that all over her outer crease and her inner crease and just blending that all together. This is going to be the base color for her eyeshadow. And I'm just doing the same thing on the other eye. Now I'm taking a darker shade and I'm putting that on her outer crease and really just buffing that in slowly. You want to make sure that you don't overdo the darker color because you want to blend the color up. And if you go too high or too dark, you can really mess this up. So I go little by little adding the color in. And now I'm going back in with the color I used before and I'm buffing this out so that it is a smooth transition. And then I'm going to go right back in with that dark color and blend it into that lighter color. This really diffuses the color. So now I'm taking the same thing, the primer, and I'm just running that across her lid. Not in a really neat way, but just to lighten her lid up for the color that I'm about to do. It's not a cut crease, but it's still, a base for a lid. And y'all, please, I dropped my palettes. Don't be talking about my stuff. So I am putting on this like nudie orange color. It almost looks, it was kind of like a nude orange-ish color. And I really ended up liking this look. This was a real odd use of colors, but sometimes with makeup, you can use any combination of colors as long as you do it right and you diffuse the eyeshadow. You use dark, light, and then light, dark, and then light, it'll look good. So I'm doing the same thing on the other side. And make sure when you get to the other side that you don't cheat it, because sometimes you get to the second eye, you know what you're doing, you're more confident, and you rush it. And I have that issue sometimes, but don't do that. So I am putting the shadow on the base yet again. This is so pretty. I really love this look. And I'm just smoothing it out. And then I'm taking that dark color and just smoothing this out and diffusing it. So now I'm taking my favorite liquid eyeliner, which is, what is that Kim Kardashian's makeup artist name? I don't know. Oh, Makeup by Mario. Thank God I turned the liquid around. Makeup by Mario has the best liquid liner that there is out there, okay? There is no better pen. There is no better darkness, there is no better shine to liner than Makeup by Mario. Now, I have just started back using gel, which is so much better, but that's the best liquid pen. And now I'm taking Stella. Yeah, I be making up these makeup names. Is it a makeup company called Stella? I don't know, but I'm taking a black, I'm taking a black pencil and putting it in her waterline and then smoking that out with that brown color that I use on top of her lid. And it looks so good. And she has on lash extensions, so of course I skipped the lash part. We gotta get us a model with no lash extensions, y'all. Y'all gotta find me one. Just going back in and setting under her eyes one more time, just pushing it in. And then I'm gonna, I'm taking this spoolie and doing her bottom lashes and brushing out, oh my God, and brushing out her top lashes. Now I'm lining her lips with Cocoa by NYX. It's like this reddish brown tone. I really like this eye. And then I'm taking my color in Nude and Inglot, and I don't know what the Inglot shade is. I think it's like 18. And I'm setting that with the Inglot, which is a lipstick, and then I'm gonna go over it with my gloss. So I'm going back and relining after I put on the liquid lipstick so I could clean that up and just have it all evenly. And now I'm going in with the gloss in Brown Sugar. This is actually in Nude. I'm going in with the gloss in Nude. And she's gonna rub her lips together. This makeup looks flawless. And I'm just going back one more time and just relining her lips and blending everything together. And now I'm going back and doing more blush because I just love a blush on my brown skin beauties, and just on me, I love blush, like blush period. And then I'm going back in and taking the powder off with this lighter powder from my Midnight palette. Now I should have had her smile so that this would have blended more seamlessly. To me, it's a little bit sharp on that left side. Sometimes you don't see that in person with the lighting I had going on. But I should have diffused the left side just a little bit more. And had she smiled, it would have been easier to blend. But yeah, this looks great. Phenomenal. Oh yes. I'm a fucking black Barbie. So yeah, that's my John 3:16 fan, my church fan for God So Loved the World. I need to go back to church and get another one, but church ain't been in session, so it is what it is. We're gonna use the one we got. We're gonna use what the Lord gave us. So I'm just patting this out. I sprayed my Fix Plus to set, and I'm going back in and pushing all the spots that were wet in, and this is the finished look, and I really do love it. It's beautiful. Yes. So guys, how did you like that makeup video? I really am obsessed with this look. It was so beautiful. I love trying new colors and new combinations and new muses. Like, I think that girl is gonna be my muse. She is so beautiful. I really love doing that look. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys. I really need the subscriptions. I really need the plays so that we can get more content out there. You guys have to support me for me to put this content out there. So please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, XO Paris Williams, and I will see you guys in my next video.